Ready? We actually want to start the music all over because this song is pretty good. So today, before we start volume 3, we're gonna be reading volume 2 notes. I'm so excited, dude. I am so excited to see how like Cuttlefish breaks down volume 2. Are you guys ready? Now, hold up. I'm not used to reading on this font size. Can I make it bigger? Can I actually make the font size bigger? Wait, no, we have to reorganize. No, it's cool. It's cool. We'll leave it like this. Bro asked if we're ready like a million times. Are you ready though? All right. So these are author notes for the end of volume 2. The second volume has written about, that is a lot, 850,000 words, which is a very long one in the structure. I think only the third and fourth volumes of the Sage who transcended Samsara are more than that. I've never heard of that, but it must be good. I think and write every day, although I am very happy. I really am tired, especially this month. I also added exercise and almost didn't even have time to read novels. Oh, I'm gonna put the volume down on your guys' end. I remember, we gotta keep it. So, oh, that was his previous book. Okay, I didn't know that. So that was his previous book? Yeah. New music. We added new music today. Let's keep reading. The title of this book is Faceless, which is expected to have 3 meanings. Oh. Note that the following are the standard answers for reading comprehension. The first is to advance to Faceless, which is simplest and easiest to think of. The second is to represent Zhao Qi's living conditions in Backland. He uses fake faces, fake names, and fake identity to get to know people, handles things, and gets involved in disturbances, but when he returns home, he is still lonely and deserted. Wait, you guys were telling me about this, right? It's been a week. Hold up. It's going to take like a few days to like bounce back into it. It's been a week. We've had a week off. So this just refers to Klein? Yeah? Maybe? The third refers to those who have been smashed into powder or rushed into the great area. In the history books, they have no name, no appearance, no past, no life, and exist only in simple numbers of descriptions. In a sense, isn't this a faceless, the least noticeable canon father who cares what their faces look like? That's sad. Just like the sentence, when one is hungry, one eats another. How much sadness, pain, cruelty, bloody, and despair are contained in the simple 6 words. And how many living people without faces or names are This is sad. Like, they're just fodder at the end of the day. That's so mean. That was such a sad finale, dude. Like, so many died, bro. Tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of millions. Therefore, I tried to give some description to the old caller. I'm reading his name wrong already. I know, I'm sorry. Liv and Freya and the waves of the times tried to restore the hopes, hardships, and tragedies of these faceless, making them look like people instead of numbers. Although this second part is a big reason for the scattered, it is the hidden main line. As they passed away, more like them flock in. Faceless always existed. They were the stepping stones of the times, the pioneers of the times, and the indispensable roles of the whole story. Damn. That's deep. With this in mind, I abandoned the more sorrowful and shocking endings. After all, this one is called The Faceless People. The best times of the worst era are reserved and echoed, which I expressed my desires very well and powerfully. The times is advanced, merciless, and helpless, but there are countless faceless people lying under their feet. The title of the third volume will not have so many symbolic meanings because the main line is very clear and direct. Well, the name of the... Whoa, he just name drops it. I know, but dude, we're starting off to a great start. Okay, we're going to read it. If he's revealing it, then it's chill. The title of the third volume will not have so many symbolic meanings because the main line is very clear and direct. Well, the name of the third volume is Traveler. Oh, that's hype. All right, wait, hold up. Klein did say he was taking a 1-week vacation trip down south. So someone's going to go find a mermaid, right? Out in the open sea. All right. So he's definitely going to become a pirate. Maybe that's why it's called Traveler. All right, we'll see. Looking at the meaning of the text, everyone should be able to imagine something, but we will still focus on the second part. There are many things in Backland that haven't been collected, such as the Snake of Mercury, such as the underground evil spirit, such as the... You see, I thought this was going to be the finale. Like, with the evil spirit... Or like the Snake of Mercury, or even Amon. Like, those were like the 3 main things that like weren't brought up. So it might be like a key point in volume 3. Such as the royal family's real plot. Oh my god, yes! That was the whole point, right? When she's like, I almost fully digested my... Yes, right? Like, oh, No! Wait. Hold up. Whew, I'm a little out of it. It's been a week. There are many things in Backland that haven't been collected, such as Snake of Mercury, the Underground Evil Spirit, and the Royal Family's real plot, such as 017, such as Vampire, such as There's so much that hasn't been, like, touched up on since the ending. Such as the Psychology Alchemist. This is because we need to give opportunities to Audrey, Forrest, Shio, and Emlyn in Backland to show themselves. And because Backland is the most important stage of the whole novel, Shio... Wait, I'm sorry. I need to read this again. Shiokli? Klein? Klein will definitely come back and stay for a long time. Just Klein, right? The second volume said that it was scattered. In fact, after a lot of things were strung together, it was fine for me. Scattered but attractive writing is not bad. The real problem is another point. That is, the rhythm of the story has been relatively tense and tight, not relaxed. In other words, it is constantly encouraging events and solving problems. It lacks enough and ease except... I can't read right now. It lacks long enough and easy access in the middle, and it's a bit tired and irritating. Although, it's not irritating. Why is he saying that? Although this leads to the special characteristic aggregation effect, it does not have some problems from the settings. The problem is that the Tarot Club will be held once a week, so the timeline will be cut into the week after that. It is easy to feel repetitive and inflexible. It's also necessary to keep certain events in each week. Therefore, the rhythm of extraordinary events will be somewhat tight. The solution I am currently considering is to skip some less important tarot meetings. Oh. The solution I am currently considering is to skip some less important tarot meetings and be more free in time control. Oh. Okay. Well, technically, we've skipped at least like 2 weeks in meetings in volume 1. I remember that. Like after the whole Quillingus incident, they took like a week off. I remember that. They kind of just like quickly brushed that over. Or it was like a 2-week time skip or something like that. It's okay to warm up your reading skills after beginning. That's true. And then the font size is a lot smaller than what I read. I ain't gonna lie. Of course, the tarot... It also does not help that when we came back, we're slightly congested and slightly sick, but that's not gonna stop us. That's not gonna stop us. The problem is the Tarot... Oh, I just read this. We're already losing our track. Of course, the Tarot Club itself is also the main body, and it will definitely not be less. For the first time since Emlyn joined, I have not forgotten that there are many friends who mention various things, such as the church's reaction, such as another bronze whistle. I remember all of them, but deliberately pressed not to write them and prepared to leave them until the beginning of the 3rd volume. That's hype. This is not to let the trivial things dilute or destroy the overall picture, feeling, and emotion of 2 pieces, so we can only carry out certain technical processes. When the 2nd volume was finished, I am very glad to see that the roles have been set up one by one, which makes everyone like it. It's not impossible to use 017 to end with violence. On the one hand, it's still awesome to write about the church, which can be the ruling class for so long, not without reason. On the other hand, it is not the ending itself. It's just a continuation, a link between the preceding and the following, pointing to some subsequent things. Let's not talk about it in detail, as not to be a spoiler. Thank you, Cuttlefish. Thank you. Finally, when writing a novel, I am more and more pursuing simplicity and puncturing. That is to say, we can be described accurately with the easiest and simplest words, is to try to not give a long speech, not to fill it with gorgeous things, to accumulate emotion step by step, calm by the most calm and objective white description. I've never heard that. At the most appropriate time, pierce the barrier with the most precious and simple language, and pierce the softest place in your heart. Now, although there are many problems, there are just one on the way. Of course, I scroll down too much. The characteristics of online writing are doomed. I can only do it in the most important and needed chapters. It is impossible to write it in every chapter. A lot of things can only be repaired when I am old and free. In general, I have a lot of vocabulary, but all of them are unfamiliar. After all, they're accumulated step by step and are useless. That is to say, when code words are used habitually, they are used in the list commonly used in the brain. So the problem of the repeated words is hard to avoid. Also similar to the problem of misusing some adjectives. Ooh, this is getting a little big to me. I got you, Vec. Well, wait, how do we... Oh, not Vec, my bad. Username. Okay, you know what? We'll just continue from here because I lost my place. Let's reread this paragraph. Of course, the characteristics of online writing are doomed. I can only do it in the most important and needed chapters. It is impossible to write it in every chapter. A lot of things can only be repaid when I am old and free. In general, I have a lot of vocabulary, but all of them are unfamiliar. After all, they are accumulated step by step and are useless. That is to say, when code words are used habitually, they are used in the list commonly used in the brain. So the problem with repeated words is hard to avoid. Also, similar to the problem of misusing some adjectives is to present the clearest, most intuitive, and most important pictures in my mind. So I tried to create some words, but it still needs to be explored and improved. The above is a technical summary of the second volume. Writing is a very hard and torturous thing, but when I write it out, I praised, pleasant, especially happy and satisfied. Recently, everyone praises me for being full of enthusiasm. Gentlemen, I like to write novels. I like to tell stories. I like to create plump characters one by one. I like to show you an interesting novel world. That's it, and it is really interesting. Writing novels is really a joy. Well, it's a mystery that today the high-end subscription of the pure starting platform is 53,000, but it's all over 41. But after 24-hour subscription, it's 27 and 28,000. And the latest chapters have officially broken through 31,000, which shows that the retention rate is high, which shows that most of the people who have been seen are chasing, which shows that you are full of love. Also, recommended votes have been in the top 15 month. This is pretty good. A mystery? I see. Yeah, no, you see what it did there? Because I see it. Also, recommended votes have been in the top 15, and monthly tickets have been in the top 5. I am too lazy to brush any data, therefore every ticket, every reward, and every subscription are full of love. Gentlemen, the second volume is over. I want to ask for praise and a monthly ticket. He's like, buy it, please. Ask for a monthly pass. He's asking for a monthly pass. At the end of the day, according to the convention, we have 2 days off. He only gets 2 days off in that whole month. We took like 9 days off after reading this. At the end of the day, according to the convention, we have 2 days off. That is Monday and Tuesday. On Wednesday at 12:30 noon, it's still the same time. What you say Sunday? I didn't hear it. Well, I'm kidding. Let's rest for half a day after he only rests for half a day. Let's rest for a half a day after such a long time. The third volume, Traveler. Please look forward to it. I feel like I butchered the entire note since it's been a little over a week since we came back, but that's hype. That's cool though, man. It's cool that he puts so many meanings behind the title, and then he kind of just like teases and sets up volume 3. Like, even though there were so many loose ends in volume 2, like it's all gonna come back in. Like, it's not like he's brushing over. Now leave the wiki and never go there again. Yes, we will leave the wiki and never go there again until we finish volume 3, because this place is clearly filled with spoilers. And speaking of spoilers, because of this damn wiki, I read a sequence 0 pathway, but it's not the main one. It's not the main cast. And I'll be honest, I already forgot. leave the wiki now. Yeah, it's time to leave the wiki. I was trying to look up the proper translations for a sequence or whatever, and then I'm like, oh, shouldn't have read that. But you know what? Wait, hold up. Who told you? No. I went there. I was a little excited. I was like, I can go on the wiki. I was like, I'm ready. I'm built different after reading 400, almost 500 chapters. I was not ready. But we're gonna end the read through right there. We told you that. I know. But I feel bad whenever I'm asking you guys. I feel like I'm annoying when I ask 24/7. But for now, we finished that, and now we'll start volume 3. You guys want to know which one? No, it wasn't Seer. Definitely wasn't Seer.